All right, what's up? 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 Testing, 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 testing. Okay, Wagwan people. Uh, it's been a minute. I'm so excited. I'm here. Let's make sure that you guys on Instagram are set. Let me just go live on Instagram real quick. Um, make sure we are set on Instagram as well. I'm so close on Instagram. Like I don't even have any headroom. All right, so I'm broadcasting on Instagram. If you are watching me live on Instagram, please just say something. Hey, Lucio, thank you for joining in. Say something, just say hi or just say something so I know you're on. Because one of the challenges I've had is I've had to change softwares to allow me to be able to broadcast not just on one platform but on multiple platforms. And of course, these things cost money, but apart from costing money, also cost some type of technical know-how. So I had to do my homework. Learning how to set up, configure, do all that good stuff. So if you're watching right now, please do me a favor so I know you're on. Just say hi or say something so I know that you're on. Okay, just say hi. It's good to see everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. I know my folks are watching on YouTube for sure. And I'm on Instagram here. So if you're watching, please just say something so I know you can hear me and everything is working perfectly fine. So help your brother out, eh? Just say something, mention something, say hi, say nay, say something. So I know that you are on with me. Let's see. I'm trying to So for those of you watching on YouTube as well, you can say something, you could just say anything, just say something. So I know you're on with me as well. All right. Thank you all so much for joining in. Let me make sure that we are on the right platform. I believe. Um, let's see. I'm gonna also double check just to make sure. Just to make sure. Okay. All right. It does say I'm live here. Oh, I see Belizat is watching. Okay. Hi Belizat. What's good? Okay, so I'm gonna be monitoring this with this. Let me say. Okay. If you're watching, just say something so I know you're on as well. I'm also monitoring it on my phone, just so I can have like a real time check of what's happening on the live. So bear with me. If you cannot, if you I want to make sure you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. Let me actually try that and try that on my phone here. Sure you guys can hear me. Okay, great. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. Okay. Okay, great. All right, I see everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, so tonight's rant, I'll be very quick with this rant. I just there's a whole bunch of stuff I've posted. So if you're not following me on my channel on Instagram, please go ahead. It's Bolade Olaojo's channel. It's Bolade's rant on the channel. For those of you that follow the channel, you see I post something at least once a week just to engage with you guys, try to get you guys to connect with me. So if you're not following me, let me know. I can add you to the channel, send you an invite, and you can join the channel. But on the channel, I've been sending a lot of messages and a lot of things, and I just ask, what are your thoughts? I have a lot of thoughts, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts as well. That's why I usually send out those stuff. So what I'm going to do in this video, in this rant today, for as long as we can go on for, I'm going to play some videos. We're going to watch it together, and then we're going to react in real time. So if you watch any of my YouTube videos, that's what I usually do. I play some videos in real time, and then I edit the videos and I post it out on my Instagram, on my YouTube channel. So if you're not following me on my YouTube channel, please let me actually put it here. Please go follow Bolade. Let me put it here so you guys can find it easy. to copy and paste YouTube channel. So if you just copy and paste that, and put it on your search in YouTube, you should find me. Please, please, please go follow me. I'm almost monetized, and I need your help. All right, so we're gonna get started. So if you know anybody that would love to have conversations, on a Sunday evening for like an hour or two, invite them in. Let's start. Let's get started. I'm not going to waste time. Let's get started. So, the first video I wanted to share with you guys is this. So I'm going to just play it, and I'm going to let you guys respond, and then I'm going to tell you what I think. So let me go ahead and put that up in the scene. All right. Okay. Are we ready, guys? Okay. So it should be transitioned there. All right. There we go. So let's start the video. Let's start the video again. All right.
I was out with my wife the other night when another man walked up and said he noticed her from across the room, so he wanted to come over and tell her that she is beautiful. My wife thanked him and smiled. We got into an argument on the way home. I told her that she should not have accepted the compliment, but rather told the man that she is married. She said she was just being polite. My wife said the compliment made her feel good, but nothing more. She says there's nothing wrong with accepting a compliment from another man, even if a woman is married. We are now giving each other the cold shoulder. Who's right, me or my wife? Should she have accepted that compliment? Lord have mercy.
All right, let's pause there. Did you guys understand what what just played out? So this guy's wife, somebody complimented his wife. Some guy came up to, some guys are bold, but anyways, he sees this guy walks across the room to dig this couple and then compliments the wife that she looks good, and the woman proceeded to say thank you, and and they moved on. However, the husband says, "Listen, you shouldn't be. You should have just said I'm married. You should have told the guy I'm married." What do you think about this, guys? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What do you think about this? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Because I'm a bit like, I see a bunch of people on YouTube joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. What are your thoughts? I just played that video. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Alpha King, don't start with me. I will block your ass. Don't what are you saying sex for? Don't do that. Keep it guided, or I block people in this on this stuff. I block people. Let's see. Liquify, thank you. Appreciate the comment. Thank you for those of you that are joining in. Yeah, so what are your thoughts? Should the wife had just should she have just moved on from that stuff, or so someone says she's not wrong. It was a simple compliment. I don't think she's wrong. Why don't you think she's wrong? I mean, if a woman had come up to your man while you guys are together and had given the man a compliment, what would you have said? Would you be okay with that? His wife is beautiful. It's a simple compliment. She accepted it and it went no further. So she did nothing wrong. Okay. All right. He said she should have said, I'm married. Maybe because he's thinking, uh, call it insecurities, call it whatever you want to call it, but maybe he's thinking the mindset of the man that can be that bold to approach another woman while she's with a man is not just to compliment her. He's probably trying to, put sow some seed in her head so that she would fancy him later. Or we men sometimes we're out of protection, out of being protective, or call it insecurities. We could be a bit like, defensive with our women, Um, and so in that respect, do you think, maybe the woman should have also checked that guy that, okay, thank you for the compliment, but here is my husband. She didn't do that. She just acknowledged it and moved on. All right. Someone says it would be okay if he did what she did after being complimented. Someone says, yes, I'm okay with the compliment to my partner. Okay. For men, after accepting the compliment, you can let the lady know that you are married and your wife is right here. There we go. Boom. She's not telling the guy she's available by accepting his compliment. I like that comment. So she's not. Are you saying so? She's not telling that man that she's available because she liked the compliment. Uh, guys, let's be frank. Guys on here, would you naturally, while when you see another woman with another man, be frank? Oh, guys, let's just be honest. You see a beautiful woman with another man. Would you go to the woman to give her the compliment, or would you tell the man? First of all, would you even go to the couple to start with? Because sometimes I don't think we think about these things in real life scenario, right? Would you go to the man? Would go to them in to start with, or would you go to the woman and give her the compliment, or would you go to the man and give him the compliment about his wife? Guys on that watching right now, if you're watching now, if you're going to watch later, I just need you to give me your thoughts on this. Someone says, why didn't the husband open his mouth to say something? Well, he said something to his wife. Okay, let's go back. Let me go back to here. Let's see. I see some people. Sorry, my keyboard is bad. I'm sorry, man. No problem, Alpha King. I appreciate you. Give me your thoughts on what I'm talking about on the video, Alpha King, on YouTube. Um, Alpha King, I'm not from Iran. I don't know who Alpha King is, but let's stay on topic. So let me paint the picture this way, guys. Um, maybe let me see. See what you guys think. Let me paint the picture this way, these guys. I think yes, the woman did not do anything wrong, but let's be guided in let's kind of think about this a little further. Now, forget insecurities. Naturally, a guy, as a guy, if I see a beautiful woman and she's with another man, clearly she's with another man, and I think she's beautiful, my urge to tell her that she's beautiful dies there because already she's with another man. I don't need to remind her that she's beautiful because that's why she's with another man. She's the man obviously has eyes, and that's why he picked her. So that's number one. That's to start with. Because I'm not going to go and meet another woman or I'm gonna meet another man's woman to give her a compliment while the man is there. That's part one. This is just my thoughts. Part two, I'm not going to compliment her directly without acknowledging the man. So I may say to her and say, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. I bet that's your man, and he's taking very good care of you." So I'm going to acknowledge the man. Absolutely, I'm not just going to compliment her and ignore the guy. That's part two. Part three is the most likely option that I will take personally to still compliment the woman and to still respect the guy would be to talk to the guy and compliment his wife to him. I'm like, my dude, man, is this your woman? Man, she's a beautiful woman. You're a very lucky guy. I will, even though, I mean, I don't care about the guy. I saw the woman. I think she's beautiful. But this is just me. This is what I think. I will go to my man, my guy, dude, your wife is beautiful. Man, you found a good one. Nice one, nice one, nice one. But I'll be complimenting her, yes, but I'll be telling the guy. That's what I thought should have happened rather than some random dude walking up to how do you even do that? You see a couple together, you walk up to the to the and then you got to compliment the wife. And you ignore the I think that is crazy. So I want to say is what do you think she did wrong? I don't think she did anything wrong. I think the issue is the I don't think she did anything wrong. I think the issue is how that the guy that complimented um uh the woman, I think how he approached it was wrong. And I think from a place of learning, the husband is right, by asking his wife to also acknowledge that he's there. Like, I'm married, my wife is here, or my husband is here rather. I think that's also out of just because the guy, if it's me, I'm telling you, if I'm standing with my woman, I'm chilling with my woman, and some guy walks up to us and compliments my wife. Personally, I think I actually give myself kudos at my which obviously I have eyes. I have a beautiful woman with me. That's why somebody can come and compliment. But I'll feel some type of way if that person just walks away without even acknowledging me. And this is not about me, but it's just about the fact that it just seems a bit odd that I am with the person. You can see me with the person. but you ignore me and just compliment the person. So I'm not looking for a compliment or anything, but an acknowledgement, that hey, you know, that's your woman. Okay, that's it. That's all. That's and I don't know, make call it, I don't know what to call it, but I think it's it's one of those things that, I don't the woman did not do anything wrong. Absolutely. But I just think it's just one of those things that just basic courtesy, is expected. All right, so I'm gonna play the next video since we're done with this one. I'll be very, like I said, I'll be very quick with these videos. Done with this one. Let's go to the other one. Are you guys ready? This one is actually where is it? Where is it? This one.
I just want to level up. I'm single. I would love to pair with a fine man.
Oh, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. That's what I'm hearing.
Someone who can walk in a room and you kind of feel their presence. He smells good. He's a man.
All right, and what are we attracting? What is the reality of the situation?
The reality is, I keep meeting medium ugly men that are out of shape and have dad bods who are like 40 and up and ready to settle down.
Oh, okay.
They're doing good for themselves, but I'm just not physically
Hold up.
attracted.
She said she keeps meeting men that are ugly. She used the word ugly. She said they're 40 and above. They have dad buds. They know what they want for they have something going for themselves. They know what they want. But she just doesn't find them attractive. Just to summarize, right?
It's not giving fine.
You want Superman. You want Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And are we putting ourselves together? Are we getting our hair done, nails done? Are we working on our priorities?
I'm looking a little rough right now, but it's usually this little doobie that I have that I do. But if I'm going out, like I have a date tomorrow, which I'm not necessarily looking forward to because this is another medium ugly over 40 doing well for himself. But
doing well for himself. He's over 40. He's ready to settle down. Why not you be the trophy on his arm?
He's 5'7". He chunky. He just not cute to me. But he was nice. I like the way he approached me, and I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so I'm like, yeah.
He approached you on a respectful tip. He planned the date out. In 2025, the girls are saying they're not getting that. So he planned it out. He's respectful. He may be a little bit shorter, but it also sounds like he's looking forward to see you. And he makes a little money, right? He does well for himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like he may honestly worship the ground that you walk on. You never know. You may be in Central Pay next month.
I just keep meeting the same kind of man.
Then that means you have to be a different type of woman if you want to meet a different type of man.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
To get something different, we have to show up different. And that's not just relationships. That's anything.
Okay.
And what are you wearing tomorrow? I want to see the outfit. Pull it out the closet.
All right, this is the part I want you guys to pay attention.
Yeah, I want to see.
Let's see what she's wearing tomorrow.
It's a sweater dress.
She's wearing that.
You like it?
Hold up. Did you see? Did you see what she's wearing tomorrow for this date? And she's let me not start. Let me.
Where we going with it? We don't have a better quality dress, like a little black.
Okay, let me just back up. It's kind of short. Ooh.
Be careful. Okay, I think so far this is better than the green. But I think you need stockings. It is a bit short.
And it's just, I don't feel snatched enough for this. Like, I don't feel... I just want to level up. I'm single. I would love to pair with a fine man.
Oh, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. That's what I'm hearing.
Someone who can walk in a room and you kind of feel their presence. He smells good. He's a man.
All right, and what are we attracting?
All right, so I don't want a video to play for the second time, but basically, actually, guys, can you guys see the video very well? Because I know the screen is split, and the bottom part is usually where the comments are. So if I hope you guys can see that. There's no other way I can do it. Well, actually, let me try something. It might change my orientation. Okay, so I'll become smaller. Let's see. All right, maybe I could try that, and then when I'm talking, I'll come up. All right, so let's try that. So right now I'm the one talking, and then when I change, I could do it this way. Maybe that'll be better. So the guys, tell me if you guys prefer this look, so that you guys can actually see the video and the comments are still streaming at the bottom. You guys could, it's easier for you guys to read. All right. So your thoughts. Let me get back on the spotlight here. All right, talk to me. What are your thoughts? What do you think about what she said? So she said, uh, someone says, "Are you able to switch screens?" Yes. Tell me what do you think about this? I just read someone says she's crazy. Where did I see that? Oh, someone. Oh, yeah. I like what this. Oh, okay. Okay, so this looks better. Okay, so when I'm playing the videos, I'll do this instead. All right, but guys, talk to me. Talk to me. So this woman, um, let's actually bring her back up. Let's spotlight her back. Let's bring her back in the spotlight. So this woman says that is um she's 32, she's single, and she's looking for someone that is fine. Someone like a Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Hey, Bolade Olaujo, that's Bolade. Hey, Bolade Olaujo, that's Bolade. Hey. All right. So she said she keeps attracting short. 5'7" is short. Ha. Stout or chunky. The word used here is chunky. Quote and unquote ugly men that are over 40 that are doing well for themselves. And she said that she keeps attracting them. As a matter of fact, she has a date to go to, I think the next day or that evening. Um, she liked how he approached her, but she just doesn't like the kind of men she's attracting. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I need to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts? Talk to me. What are your thoughts? Because it seems I feel like there's a bit of delusion, going on for me. I just there's a bit of delusion. Those of you on YouTube, you can also put your comments as well. I can see your comments directly on screen, as well as those of you on Instagram. I can see what everybody's comments. So please put your comments. Let's converse. What do you think? Is it, is she delusional and then she showed us what she was going to wear to go and meet an ugly over 40-year-old well-to-do man that is short and chunky. And the dress she pulled out looked horrible. I'm a guy, and that dress is not for a date. That is a dress you wear to maybe Target, or you wear to night vigil, for prayer, and something. You're going to a date. You gotta, if the idea or the reason for going to that date is to at least impress or create an impression, then that dress is going to create a very very strange. But you may say men don't really look, but I know when I see a girl and she looks fine and she comes looking fine, and when I see a girl maybe I might not even consider fine, but when she looks fine, she's fine. And I see a girl that when she comes, she doesn't even look like she tried. I know there's a difference. The perception I will have in all three different scenarios I just described will be different. Especially the one that just comes just because in my head, I'm already thinking this one just came to eat. She doesn't have anything to do this evening. That's why she accepted my reservation, my invitation, and she just came here to eat. But when I see the girl she looks good, she's wearing makeup, she's doing all that good stuff. Actually, let me spotlight myself back. I would say, hey, this girl is okay. She's beautiful. All right, so let's go. Let's see. Someone says, I need to see the men before calling her Delulu. Okay, I like the black one better. I actually have that dress, and she could pair it with black tights and boots. Okay. Anybody, any other opinions? Because let's go back and see. Let's go back and see what she. Let's go back and watch it again. Just let's finish the video. Hold on. I'm gonna watch it again, and then we're gonna finish to the end. Watch. For those of you that just joined in.
What is the reality of the situation?
The reality is, I keep meeting medium ugly men that are out of shape and have dad bods who are like 40 and up and ready to settle down.
Oh, okay.
So they're out of shape. They have dad bods. She's almost describing some Nigerian men. It seems like she's in Texas and she's describing all those Nigerian men, those uncles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but she's saying that they out of shape, over 40, short, chunky, ugly, quote unquote, men, but they're well to do, they have money, they're good, they're solid, right? But she keeps meeting this man. All right, so let's keep playing.
They're doing good for themselves, but I'm just not physically attracted.
She's not physically attracted to them.
It's not giving fine.
You want Superman. You want Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And are we putting ourselves together? Are we getting our hair done, nails done? Are we working on our priorities?
I'm looking a little rough right now, but it's usually this little doobie that I have that I do. But if I'm going out, like I have a date tomorrow, which I'm not necessarily looking forward to because this is another medium ugly over 40 doing well for himself, but
doing well for himself. He's over 40. He's ready to settle down. Why not you be the trophy on his arm?
He's 5'7".
He's
chunky. He just not cute to me. But he was nice. I like the way he approached me, and I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so I'm like, yeah.
He approached you on a respectful tip. He planned the date out. In 2025, the girls are saying they're not getting that. So he planned it out. He's respectful. He may be a little bit shorter, but it also sounds like he's looking forward to see you. And he makes a little money, right? He does well for himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like he may honestly worship the ground that you walk on. You never know. You may be in Central Pay next month.
I just keep meeting the same kind of man.
Then that means you have to be a different type of woman if you want to meet a different type of man.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
To get something different, we have to show up different. And that's not just relationships. That's anything.
Okay.
And what are you wearing tomorrow? I want to see the outfit.
All right, so let's see what she's wearing. So bear with me. Let's see what she's wearing real quick.
Pull it out the closet. Let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah, I want to see.
So that is what she's wearing. Yeah, for a date. I mean, I don't know. Okay.
It's a sweater dress.
Hold up. Ladies, actually, let me spotlight myself back. Ladies, look at this dress. Look at this dress very well. If you have to zoom in, pinch in and zoom in. Is this dress date appropriate? I need you guys to just tell me yes or no. Please, I beg. Is that dress date appropriate? Is that dress date appropriate? All right. So I'm going to read some of the comments in a second for the benefit of those that are on YouTube that cannot see the comments on Instagram, and I'm going to do the same. Likewise for those of you that are on Instagram that cannot see the comments on YouTube. So most people on YouTube have not said anything much, but most of you on Instagram are the ones talking. So I'm going to read your comments shortly. But what do you think about this dress? Biko, tell me, please. Actually, let me see if I could change the orientation again. What do you think about this dress? Because I'm not feeling this dress. And I have nothing against the woman. I don't even know her. I don't even, but the dress is not. I'm sorry. The dress is not. It's not it. I'm very sorry. The dress is. What do you guys think about this dress? I can't find a way. I don't want to think. I can do it, but later. What do you think about this dress? Someone says that's not a date appropriate dress. Thank you very much. That's coming from a woman. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else has a thought? And please, guys, do me a favor. Just invite as many people as you possibly can to join this. To join the rant. We're going to go through a bunch of videos, and we're just going to keep sharing our thoughts. I don't think the dress is date appropriate. Neither does the host of the show. And I think even the girl doesn't think the dress is appropriate. She's not interested in the date. So I can see why she picked this church wear to wear. Not even church wear. This PTA meeting dress. The dress you wear to like a PTA meeting for your kids type of dress. All right, let's keep playing.
You don't like it?
She doesn't even like it. Even the
where are we going with it? We don't have a better quality dress, like a little black.
Okay, let me just back up. It's kind of short.
So she goes and changes, and she.
Okay, I think so far this is better than the green. But I think you need stockings. It is a bit short.
And it's just I don't feel snatched enough for this. Like I don't feel.
Okay.
I just want to level up.
All right. She says she doesn't feel snatched now. So she's looking for. See, I don't understand. Is this not hypocritical? Because she's saying that there are these men with dad bods, and auntie, you have a. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be rude. Oh, hold on one second, guys. My ear is itching badly, but I don't want to be rude. But she has a dad bod. I mean, what are we saying here? Because I don't. Auntie, it's not as if you are flat either. You are heavy in the stomach area too. So I don't understand why she thinks. I don't know. I just feel like there's a bit of delusion here. I mean, somebody said that they wanted to see the men before saying that she's deluded, but I think she is delusional, especially because of hmm, let me put it this way. Um d- is it did they say is it you are what you attract? I mean, if you are attracting this men, it's not like you attracted one or two kind of, you're attracting the same kind of men. You should look inside, look at yourself and be like, okay, I'm attracting the same kind of people. Is it this? Because naturally, let's just be frank, naturally, these men, except for the very brave ones, will not approach a girl that they think is extremely, like, beautiful, has a flat tummy, nice body, nice shape, whatever, high class, whatever word you want to use it. If they do, they do it a bit in a timid fashion. Most, not I won't say all men, but most men, especially those ones over 40. Well, especially the ones that are saying, I just want to get married to one nice looking girl. I just want to find one nice looking girl, boom, boom, get married. Especially those the ones over 40. Maybe they're 28, 25. They can still be a bit picky and say, but those ones that are over 40, they would take, let me find one nice young girl that has, sense, whatever. So if you are attracting this men, you should either give yourself a compliment that this men find you, attractive or respectful enough or nice enough for them to say, okay, this is someone I would like to settle with, because they've done that, they've gone through the younger ones or whatever. Now you are it. But don't shame them when they are looking at you and you're like, you're not Princess Diana either, auntie. You're not Beyonce, auntie. You're okay for me. I'm okay with this. But don't be looking at me and say I'm ugly, I'm short, I have a stocky body, or I'm not fit. Auntie, you're not fit either. And from the looks of it, auntie, you don't have nyash. Just saying. So don't I think there's a bit of change. So and I like what the host was doing. If she wants to change the kind of men she's attracting, she needs to change the way she looks, as well as um her environment. She needs to be in the places where the kind of men she's looking for would be at, or would possibly cross path with her. But you can't be looking the way you look. And I'm not shaming her. I'm just saying she looks regular. She looks like the men she's described. Not like she's ugly, but she also is not like, she's also stocky. She also has a tummy. She doesn't have big nyash. It's just, so you're going to attract the men that are okay with that. And I think that is the first step of reality. Once you can realize that and accept that, oh, everything else is peachy, because then you can add to that and discover the men's character. Discover if they are good, bad people, have great personality, regardless of how they look. And I understand that, yes, this show, Love is Blind, is one of the things where he's trying to debunk the fact that love can, attraction is not part of how people should decide love. Yes, I agree to some extent, but let's not be fooled. If you're not attracted to someone, you might not date them, or you might not even want to be around them. You might feel, even if you do, you might feel like you're settled, you know. And this goes for men, this goes for women. So I personally think that, you know, attraction is a major. If I'm not attracted to what I'm seeing, I, I can't date it. So if she's not attracted to the men she's seeing, then she has to first of all be like, okay, why are these men why are they coming to me? Well, I don't look like the men that I want to attract. So I need to fix myself as well, you know, get in shape, like she said, be in shape, whatever, get in shape and look pristine every time. And I bet you she would attract more of the men she's looking for. That's my opinion. Let me read some more comments. All right, let's go. So someone said, she's pretty, I'll give her that. She needs to give those men she consider ugly and short. Those are the men that would treat her right. She still has that high school mentality. She's only looking at the physical and not the character of the man. True. I'll say this on the character of the man. You can't know the character just by looking at them. You need to like what you see, then get to know them. Yeah. So yeah. Someone says she needs to meet her type so her type can treat her the way she treats those guys she don't want. Wow. Okay, that's strong. Someone says, I hope the guy doesn't see her talk about him like this. You know what? You know what? Mystica Nutella. Yes. Someone says, I find it crazy that women will boldly call men ugly and medium ugly, but cry rivers of tears if they are told to lose weight, or that they are too old or have too many kids. That's not a date appropriate. Okay, yeah. Someone says, I would have liked to see it on her. Maybe if she accessorizes well, or if she accessorizes well, it could look good, but just laying it on the bed, it doesn't look good. Um, say stop. She doesn't have a dad bod. Okay. So it says yes, she does have a mom bod. Okay, thank you. See yeah, let's see her nyash. Let's see if she has one. Since her body, since she's body shaming men, she's dating too. Okay, okay, okay. So those are my thoughts, and I see you guys also have thoughts there. I think personally, she is well within her right to like whatever she likes. Being attracted to them is a key part of being attracted to anyone is a key part of even wanting to get to know them. 100%. But don't sit here looking the way you look, and I'm not shaming her, but looking the way you look, or even the way you want to look on a date, and then expect something different. No, now Auntie B, for you to go to the gym, get that body right, whatever. And I promise you, you will attract those men you're looking for. And guess what? As a matter of fact, there are some of those men that you're looking for that are not necessarily looking for some woman that is shaped, whatever, whatever, but or that is fit or whatever, but they're looking for a woman that has a different mentality to this, a mentality that is not just strictly based on physical appearance. And you need to cross paths with them. So maybe she needs to change her environment. She can't just be in the same place and be complaining that she's only meeting the same kind of men. She needs to change her environment. Okay, let me go to the next video. I'll be very fast with this, guys. Let's go to the next one. Okay. By the way, if you're enjoying this, please give this video a like, give it a thumbs up, invite more people, let them join the rant. Let's get into it. Okay. This one is second choice dad. This one is actually this one might piss some people off. Let's go. I'm gonna play it.
Stepdads are men that women wouldn't want if they didn't have kids.
For sure, they're settling.
It's because
hear that again. Hear that again. It says stepdads, or she said stepdads are men that women would not want if they did not have kids. Please, I need you guys to get more people in here because this one is going to be loud. Please, I need you guys to please do me a favor. Get more people in here. Just hit that share button and just invite us. Let me do the same. Stepdads are this. So this person said, stepdads are men that women would not date if the women did not have kids. So they're like second choice. Uh yeah. I need you guys to get as many people as you possibly can to join this one. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you agree with that? That stepdads are men that women would not date if they didn't have kids? Those of you watching on YouTube, please, by all means, share your thoughts. And if you're watching on YouTube later, because I'm going to be broadcasting this after I'm done, I'm going to be publishing this after I'm done. You can also share your thoughts. This is just a live video. So yeah, what do you think by that statement? So let me play the video. Let it play a bit more so you guys can get a bit more context.
They're trying to get a man to replace what they don't have. Their baby daddy leave. They're like, damn, like I'll be lucky to get whatever I can get. Let me go back to this one. He wanted me. Let me go back to that one. He wanted me.
I know he's a good guy.
And I know he's a good guy.
Yep.
I'd have had 2 kids with this bum who not taking care of him. So let me see if he want me again. And there's a lot of men that fall for that. And that's the thing. Why would you want to take care of another man's child?
I agree.
Like that's what you're selling for as a man.
Woo! I mean, they'll call you pick me on this.
I don't care. Stepdads
Let me
are
say that
men
again.
that women wouldn't want if they didn't have kids.
For sure, they're selling.
It's because they're trying to get a man to replace what they don't have. Their baby daddy leave. They're like, damn, like I'll be lucky to get whatever I can get. Let me go back to this one. He wanted me. Let me go back to that one. He wanted me.
I know he's a good guy.
And I know he's a good guy.
Yep.
I'd have had 2 kids with this bum who not taking care of him. So let me see if he want me again. And there's a lot of men that fall for that. And that's the thing. Why would you want to take care of another man's child?
I agree.
Like that's what you're selling for as a man.
Woo! I mean, they'll call you pick me on this.
I don't care.
All right, so I've let the video play twice now. What are your thoughts, guys? This person says that stepdads are. Oh, by the way, can you guys still see the video? I'm not sure my comments here have stopped. Okay, so this person says stepdads are men that women don't want. So, Mystical Nutella says, I don't agree with this as a general statement. I agree with that. But do you see some truth to that statement? At the very least, from maybe her perspective, do you see some truth in that statement? Can we also say stepmoms are women that men would not want if they didn't have kids? Stepdads are that one was I mean, and the way she explained it too was a bit she said that it's more like women go, oh, I know he wants me, but I don't want him. But I've had kids with this other one that doesn't want me, that is a bum or whatever. But I know this other one is a good guy, so let me go to this guy. But technically, they don't really want that guy. They really wanted this one, but that one is a bum, and he's just had kids with her and is gone. So they'll rather stick with the one that wants her, that wants them. Do you see some truth to that? When I did a poll on this, and I asked people, do you agree with this? It was split. It was a split poll. 50 people said, yes, the women generally settle. The other 50% said, no, having kids doesn't really matter. So from my polling on the channel, on Balade's Rant channel on Instagram. So if you want to join that channel, just ping me. I will add you to it. On the channel, the voting was split. So it seems like some people do agree that stepdads are second choice dads. They were not the initial choice of the woman, and so the woman essentially settled. Um, but I want to hear what you guys think. Um, before I move on from this one, I'm going to move on from this one very quickly because it's not something it's not something I can talk about extensively like I want to, but it is what it is. Anybody else has any thoughts here before I move on? Okay. So here's what I'll say. Let me ask this question. Let me add a layer to this. If you can your boyfriend, your husband, who is a stepdad to your child, so this is for the ladies, can your husband, who is a stepdad to your child, can that man discipline your child? And if yes, in what capacity? Can the dad, the new guy you brought into this family, so you have, let's run a scenario. You had one child, one baby girl. She's 5 years old. So she kind of understands actions and consequences. And you marry some dude afterwards. Can that man discipline that child? If yes, why? If no, why? Please tell me. Nutella says it's simply true in some cases and not true in other cases. Okay. Can you also, Nutella, can you answer that question I just asked? That can your husband, who is a stepdad to your 5-year-old daughter, can he discipline that child? Like how they showed you a magba, as like they say in Yoruba, or it's a no, you can't discipline my child. If you want to discipline my child, you're not the father of that child. Come and talk to me first. Come and tell me what the child has done, and I'll do the discipline for you. But you can't discipline my child. You can't raise your voice at my child. You can't raise your hands at my child. None of that. Is that what you think? Or absolutely, the stepdad can. He's now the dad in the house. He's assuming the father figure in the house. Yes, he can discipline the child. Yes, it's not his child biologically, but he's the father of the child. So yes, he can absolutely discipline that child to the extent that a regular dad or a biological father would be able to do. Please tell me what your thoughts are there. And guys, if you're watching, please do me a favor, hit that share button, get more people in here. Let me go on YouTube. Let's see what people are saying. Someone says, I don't agree with what she said as a general statement. Okay, Simply, oh, you're on YouTube too. Thank you for coming on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else? Let's see. Let's see what people are saying. Love and connections, INC. This is a perfect topic for you. Love and connections. This is good. Talk to me. Stepdads. Can a stepdad discipline a child? Should a stepdad discipline a child? Or should there be restrictions around how a stepdad should, operate with a child that's not their biological child? So if you're married to someone and you're the step in that family, should you be afforded the same rights, or rights is a wrong word, but the same leverage and the same power as a biological father to administer discipline, punishment, scoldings, all of the above? Someone says yes, he can. not physically, um, discipline though. It takes a community to raise a child, to raise children. So I'm okay with trying to straighten out my child. Okay. Thank you for that Igwe. Let's see. Anybody else? So here are my thoughts. Let me just go here. So someone says, all right. King One. Okay. Simply L says at some point in the relationship, the man can discipline the child because he will be an authoritative figure in the child's life. In addition to me and the biological father, I should trust him to do right. Okay. So that's why it's very important as someone that has a child. Thank you for that comment, Simply L on YouTube. I think that's why it's very important as someone with children. Actually, let me make this. Let me start this. Let me show this. Actually, okay, that's Simply L. I just put something that Simply L just said on Instagram. Put it up there. This statement is very key, and I think this is one of the key, very important things when it comes to getting married to some after having kids, getting married to someone else. I think it's very important that at the very least you have that conversation beforehand with that person that you're going to marry. Um, so whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, because you cannot set that person up in a family unit and then you know then react. So for instance, if you're not okay with your partner who is now the step parent to your child, you're not okay with that person disciplining your child, have that conversation before you guys get married or even have before getting any further in the relationship. Why? Because it will prevent fights, strife, disrespect from the child. Because once you as the parent or the stepchild or you as the parent you scold the step parent in front of the child or even at the back of the child, where but the child knows that when I do something wrong, this step parent cannot do nothing to me because my mom or my dad is not going to be okay with it. That step parent will never gain respect from that child. The respect is going to it's going to be like this, because there's not going to be any there's no authority there, because now if I do something wrong as a child, and my mom is my mom is my biological mom, the dad is my stepfather, and every time I do something wrong and my mom is not there, he can't say anything or do anything, or he has to go and tell her first. I, as the child, will be emboldened to keep on doing stuff in front of him with knowing that he can't do anything other than to go and report me to the mother. Now, if that is how you want it to be, you better tell that man before you start, so that A, he doesn't feel emasculated as a man. Just saying. Um, and B, you guys will be able to set up that relationship with the child from get, that this man is coming to our lives as a second parent. You better not disrespect him, even though he can't discipline you, but you better not disrespect him. So that that man knows that, okay, yeah, it's your child. I'm not going to do. But you cannot ask, in that same vein, you cannot ask that same man that is doesn't have the privileges of being able to discipline or correct your child, to then perform some stepfather duties. I think that is also wrong. You can't give him this and take that. And he's this is what I think. This is what I just think. I think personally, and Simply L, thank you for your comment. I really like that comment. Let's who is but uh, I have some trolls on my let's block this person, I beg. How can I secure my stuff? Because this person is annoying me right now. Okay, let me read some comments from. All right, so this is what I think. I think as a parent myself, if I marry someone tomorrow, I am saying this is, and this is a conversation I will have with the person before I get married to them. I am saying to that person, I am giving you rights, privileges, whatever you want to call it, as a parent to my child. Your relationship with my child cannot be dictated. I cannot dictate that. You would have to build your relationship with that child. How you guys communicate, how you guys relate. But if my child steps out of line, the fact that you're a parent in this house and the responsibility of this house falls on the two of us, you also share equal rights in disciplining that child. 100%. 100%. Now, I wouldn't say, of course, we have to talk about the bounds of discipline. In some cases, like, my girlfriend, for instance, she doesn't like, um, she's not into, spanking or like using cane or whatever on a child. She doesn't believe in that. I do. I grew up that way. I went to a military school, So in that kind of situation, let's assume she has the child and she was getting married to me and I'm coming in with the mindset of, shoot, I'm going to spank any child that acts crazy, but she doesn't. But she wants to also give me equal rights to parent the child. Yes, it's not my biological child, but if we are a unit in this household and we are going to be developing the household together, then she wants to also give me that power to be able to discipline the child. She would probably have the conversation and tell me, hey, you can discipline the boy or the girl, but you can't lay hands on them. Put them on timeout, punish them, send them to their room, take things away from them, whatever you want to do that is appropriate. But what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with rather, is laying hands on my child. And I can say, well, I know that's not how I was trained. I was trained with, you get spare the rod, spoil the child. I would lay hands on any child that disrespect, and then they can hash that out. But I just think it's a bit odd when that conversation doesn't happen, and then when we get into the mix, there's now fight because of something that should have been hashed out beforehand. As a matter of fact, this even extends to the relationship that the step parents would have with the child's father or mother, where the other parents can have a say or should be able to be aware that this person that is coming into this life can discipline the child or cannot discipline the child. But I think that conversation needs to be had. Absolutely. My opinion is that anybody with a parent in their name or in their title in that household has equal rights to discipline a child, right? In the bounds, under the bounds of what they agree to as a family unit, and the other parent who is not in that family needs to be aware too. So you need to tell the actual biological father or biological mother that, yeah, okay, I'm bringing this guy into this family, and yeah, I want you to know I've had a conversation with him about our son, and I'm okay with him disciplining the child. What do you what do you think? Are you okay with that as well? If the person says no, I'm not okay with it, they talk about it, whatever. And maybe the step will meet the biological parent and they can sit down, have a conversation and hash it out. But at the end of the day, my belief is anybody with that title parent should be given that equal opportunity to discipline a child, barring the fact that they now, I think any parents, biological or not biological, any parent that doesn't build a relationship with their child and just wants to be disciplining with their child, you've lost the plot there. You need to build your relationship with your child so that when you do discipline them, they know why. So you're not just one military father just beating people up and down, mother beating people up and down. Now, to the first question about stepdads being second choice fathers. I disagree. I 100% disagree. And I disagree because although it kind of made sense to me, but I disagree. Oh yes, it's a general statement, no doubt. But I disagree from the point of so make them pick pin. Yeah, I disagree from the point of from the fact that the child was the person. Yes, you know how they used to say children when you have a child. Um, your baggage or whatever. Oh, I just realized, guys, give me one quick second. My Instagram just ended. Not sure why. Give me a second, guys. So those of you on YouTube, someone says I also think this statement is disrespectful. Yes. Bear with me, guys. Something has happened to my Instagram. So give me one quick second. I'm gonna just quickly set it back up. So we can get more people in. Uh-oh. I'm unable to. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. My Instagram just went off. That's unfortunate, but I am going to go live on my phone. Why this happened, I do not know, but bear with me, guys. So sorry. Technology. I don't have my tripod here to put this on to hold this. Let's see. And I can't bring them back on because I'm already on. So I have to literally shut this down and start again. So let's just start again from the phone. That's fine. All right. What's up, Instagram people? I do not know what happened, but the video just went off. So you guys are just going to have to enjoy the rest of this rant, which is not long. And I have maybe one more video to play, and we'll be done. So you guys bear with me there. But I actually want to suggest if you're watching me on Instagram right now and you want to get the full experience, go on my YouTube channel. It's Boladeola Ojo. And just go on my YouTube channel. Go watch it on my YouTube channel. And you would, you could enjoy, you can get the same experience. I actually want to see if I could have you guys. So I have this big thing here. See if I can have you guys on a different place. Let's see. Okay, maybe this is better. All right, this is better. Yeah. So yeah, if you're watching on Instagram right now, do me a favor, just go ahead and join me on YouTube. Just join me on YouTube. Because that's going to be the best way for you guys to get the full experience of the conversation I'm having tonight. But otherwise, you can stick here and enjoy the rant as is. Okay. All right. So give me 1 second. Just get as many people. I'm just pinging as many people as I possibly can to join the rant. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right, cool. Let's continue. All right, so I'm going to play the next video. And actually, I'm not sure if I finished my thought there, so let me just wrap up my thoughts there. I think the statement that she made that stepdads are second choice fathers or second choice dads, meaning they were not supposed to be there in the first place. I think that statement is, someone said it's disrespectful. I do agree. I think that statement in itself is a bit one-sided, because it's not that the man, you are the person with the child. So should we say the man is, would we also say the man is settling for you with your baggage of with kids? I don't think that's the case, because the man obviously doesn't care, not in respect to the kids, but doesn't care that you have kids. The man loves you and is dating you or wants to marry you or whatever, or marries you. It doesn't mean he's now settling or he doesn't have better, and it doesn't mean you settled because you couldn't get what you initially wanted. I don't think that's the case. So I feel like that statement kind of ignores that part. I think what's happened there is that somebody saw you, regardless of whether you had kids or not, and decided, you know what, I'm still going to be, I still want to be in a relationship with this person, you know, and and they did. Now the dynamics of you having kids together, or you training the kids that the person already has, is what I discussed earlier. You guys need to talk through that and figure out what's best for you guys in your relationship. But I don't think it's fair to just say, you know, the person is second class or second choice. That no, I don't. That's dumb. All right, last video, and then we'll be done with the rant. And I want to really appreciate every single one of you for joining in. I think this was it's been long coming, and we are finally here. Okay, this is showing that I'm still broadcasting on Instagram. Here, let's see. No, it's done. It's done. All right, let's go to the next video. I'm going to play this so that those of you on YouTube can watch and respond. Where is it? I had the video set up. I don't know why it's not showing. I think it's this one. Hold on.
And usually we know that a man who has more power and money will always look for a younger woman. Number one is for the power dynamics. I say this to women who are in my self-mastery masterclass, that as a woman, when you have money, you have to understand that for a particular caliber of man, you're not going to be their type. And that is how you're supposed to
Let me start
take
again.
it as it
This is the video. This is the video I'm trying to play. So Nicole, Nicole or Sayande, if you're watching me on Instagram right now, unfortunately you cannot hear what I'm playing. But I'm going to explain what I'm playing in a second, because I'm playing it on. It's challenge. Just go and watch on YouTube. Just go to my YouTube. Boladeola Ojo. Go on YouTube right now. Just go on YouTube. Promise you will not be disappointed. For those of you that are watching right now, I'm just going to keep saying. For those of you watching the live right now, go on YouTube. Go to my YouTube. Go watch me on YouTube. I'm going to finish it off on YouTube. But I'm going to leave this on so that those of you that keep coming in, I'm going to send it to YouTube. Okay. So let's go. Let me play it again. Stop.
And usually we know that a man who has more power and money will always look for a younger woman. Number one is for the power dynamics. I say this to women who are in my self-mastery masterclass, that as a woman, when you have money, you have to understand that for a particular caliber of men, you're not going to be their type. And that is how you're supposed to take it as it is. Don't fight the system. Don't try to be, to struggle with it. Like, oh, I still have value. I'm 34, but I'm very, very valuable. You can't say that I'm 30 and old and I lack value. You know that you're very valuable. But when you have level of power, you and a man go head to head. Like, for instance, at this age, myself, I've got some money. And there's a guy who, same age, he's got some money. He's not going to choose me. Not because I'm a bad person, not because he's a bad person, but he's going to go for a woman who's 2 levels beneath him because of the power dynamics. Relationships always have to have power. There's someone who has to lead and someone who has to follow. So the younger women tend to follow better, because I'm not going to be excited with the passenger princess. I'm like, oh my goodness, dashboard, I'm in Range Rover, this is where I'm going, like taking selfies of the road and the dashboard and whatnot. It's not something that I'm not going to be excited about being taken to Kempinski, like go there all the time, but it will be really nice to impress that with a younger woman. And usually we know that a man who has more power and money will always look for a younger woman. Number one is for the power dynamics. I say this to women who are in my self-mastery masterclass, that as a woman, when you have money, you have to understand that for a particular caliber of men, you're not going to be their type. And that is how you're supposed to take it as it is. Don't fight the system. Don't try to be, to struggle with it. Like, oh, I still have value. I'm 34, but I'm very, very valuable. You can't say that I'm 30 and old and I lack value. You know that you're very valuable. But when you have level of power, you and a man go head to head. Like, for instance, at this age, myself, I've got some money. And there's a guy who, same age, he's got some money. He's not going to choose me. Not because I'm a bad person, not because he's a bad person, but he's going to go for a woman who's 2 levels beneath him because of the power dynamics. Relationships always have to have power. There's someone who has to lead and someone who has to follow. So the younger women tend to follow better, because I'm not going to be excited with the passenger princess. I'm like, oh my goodness, dashboard, I'm in Range Rover, this is where I'm going, like taking selfies of the road and the dashboard and whatnot. It's not something that I'm not going to be excited about being taken to Kempinski, like go there all the time, but it will be really nice to impress that with a younger woman. And usually we know that a man who has more power and money will always look for a younger woman. Number one is for the power dynamics.
Okay, so this woman, you guys heard what she said. So for those of you on YouTube watching later, if you're watching later and you want to get the full experience, go to my YouTube channel. Those of you on Instagram watching later, go to my Instagram. It's Bolade Olaojo on YouTube. Go to Jesus Christ. Let me try that again. For those of you on my Instagram that have joined and you're wondering what's going on, this is Bolade's rant. We're having problems with my broadcast on Instagram. However, the full experience is happening on YouTube. So all you need to do is go to Bolade Olaojo YouTube channel real quick. I promise you in another 20 minutes we'll be done. Join me on there. Let's have this conversation. I promise you're not going to be disappointed. So right now, we just watched a video of a woman talking about the power dynamics in relationships. Men, from what she's explained, men have power based on the wealth they have, and oftentimes men that are rich or that have the power, quote unquote, will rather go for women that are 2 levels below them. It's just a power dynamics, because one person has to lead and the other person has to follow. Using her words, this is a power dynamics that she suggests that you don't fight, you don't argue with it, you just go with it. Not because you're a bad person or the other person is bad, it's just what it is. It's the reality, and it's what, if you want to succeed in the system, you abide by the system. You can be someone that doesn't conform, or you can be someone that doesn't agree or whatever, but at least you understand what the system provides you. So that's the gist of the video. Now, I have a few questions. Number one question: those of you that agree with that first statement, that let me spotlight myself. Those of you that agree with that statement, that there is a power dynamics in relationships, can you just say yes? You believe there is some type of power dynamics in relationship, and it's usually based on wealth, money. If you believe that there's a power dynamics in relationship and it's usually based on wealth, money, just say yes, say I, say whatever. And if you're watching on Instagram, you're watching later, you can also respond as well. If you believe there is a power dynamics um, when it comes to relationship, chineye.com. Thank you so much for joining on Instagram. Again, if you're watching and you're just wondering what's going on, I'm I'm having broadcast issues on Instagram. So I'm suggesting to anyone watching on Instagram to go on YouTube, type in Boladeola Ojo, and you'll be able to watch, you get the full experience. But right now we're talking about power dynamics in a relationship. And the video we just watched on YouTube that you guys are unable to see because of the problems I'm having. The video suggests this woman is explaining, and the video suggests that there's a power dynamics in a relationship where a man who is wealthy would rather go for a woman that, for lack of a better word, he can control based on the level, based on the power he has from the wealth he's amassed, right? So, as a woman, she's suggesting this woman is suggesting that don't fight the system, don't try to reinvent the system, work the system. This is what it is. So, what do you want? What do you want to achieve? Right? If you want to achieve, get the man, the wealth, the man with the wealth, you have to understand that there is going to be a power dynamics. He's going to be leader, you're going to be follower. He's going to be, boss, and you're going to be whatever. That's what she's explained. Does anybody have a thought there? I want to give you guys an opening. So for those of you watching on YouTube, on Instagram, thank you for sticking around. I know, you're wondering what's going on. I'm looking straight. I'm not looking at you. That's because there's a camera in front of me and it's broadcasting on my stuff on the right. And so occasionally I'll look at you guys. But if you want the full experience, go to my YouTube channel, Boladeola Ojo. And that's because I have a broadcast, some technical difficulties with my broadcast to Instagram. But if you want to watch the full experience, go on my YouTube. It's Boladeola Ojo. And when you get there, say hi. Boladeola Ojo on YouTube. So let's get into the conversation again. What do you think about this statement? Do you believe there is truly power dynamics when it comes to relationship? And does it stem from wealth, money? She said something in the video. She said, let's hear it again.
I say this to women who are in my self-mastery masterclass, that as a woman, when you have money, you have to understand that for a particular caliber of men, you're not going to be their type.
Good. She said that she explains to women that let me spotlight the woman again. So this woman explains to women in her mastery class that when you are a rich woman, you have wealth, you've amassed wealth. For a certain caliber of men, you are not going to be their type. The men that are on your level, you are not going to be their type. So you make 100,000 or you make $1 million a year as a woman, and a man also makes 100,000 or a million as a man. You as a woman will not be the type that man that makes equal to you will be looking for. You as a woman will be you will miss out on those men that are, they have equal wealth to you or whatever. I'm looking for better words to use here, because that man that makes the same amount of money as you would be looking for someone that makes less than he does, maybe 2 levels, according to this woman that is explaining this in this video. Will be looking for a woman that makes less than he does. Now, if you're watching on Instagram again, go on YouTube, Boladeola Ojo, and join me on there for the full experience. What are your thoughts there? Somebody said, find a man. Let me pin this. I like this. Find a man who doesn't want power over you. Somebody say amen. Amen. Okay. Someone says, sincerely speaking, it all depends on what the woman is bringing to the table. Okay, this bringing to the table stuff has arrived. What do thou bringest to the table? We hear this all the time. I need some other comments, guys. Share your thoughts. Don't be shy. We don't bite. So can you explain chineye.com? Please, can you explain what you mean by that? Sincerely speaking, it all depends on what the woman is bringing to the table. Okay. Can you just give me something? Help me out here. Why? What is it about this bringing? What are they bringing to the table? Help me out here, because the hmm, let me leave, let me. Okay. Oh, she hasn't. She's responding. Let's see. Let me. So the woman also said something. Let me. While you guys are responding to what you bring to the table, the woman also said something here. Um, she also said this.
And that is how you're supposed to understand. Take it as it is. Don't fight the system. Don't try to be, to struggle with it. Like, oh, I still have value. I'm 34, but I'm very, very valuable. You can't say that I'm 30 and old and I lack value. You know that you're very valuable. But when you have level of power, you and a man go head to head. Like, for instance, at this age, myself, I've got some money. And there's a guy who, same age, he's got some money. He's not going to choose me. Not because I'm a bad person, not because he's a bad person, but he's going to go for a woman who's two levels beneath him because of the power dynamics. Relationships always have to have power. There's someone who has to lead and someone who has to follow. So the younger women tend to follow better, because I'm not going to be excited with the passenger princess and like, oh my goodness, dashboard, I'm in the Range Rover, this is where I'm going, like taking selfies of the road and the dashboard and whatnot. It's not something that I'm not going to be excited about being taken to Kempinski, like go there all the time, but it will be really nice to impress that with a younger woman. And usually,
okay, so she said a few things there that I want to unpack. So if you're not watching the video, unfortunately, you're not getting the full experience. Go on my YouTube. I promise you get the full experience there. I promise. All right. So she said a few things. She said, man, woman on the same level. The man isn't going to choose a woman that is on the same level as he is. He's going to choose a woman that is black, for quoting her. She said, beneath, 2 levels beneath him. So I just have this. This is just one question I have. I just have this question. Wait. Simply, I don't understand your question. Say, in what sense? We already established that the woman is on the man's level financially. Yes. So let me paint the picture again, guys. And before I paint the picture again, let me quickly read the comment from Chineye.com. She says, if she has no aim for her future, no goals, etc., and only wants the soft life, the guy may not respect or value her like a woman who is out there hustling and doing her own thing. Okay, thank you for the comment, Chineye.com. So again, the example this woman gave: 2 people, man, woman, on the same level financially. The woman suggests, this woman that is on the video suggests that typically the man would go for a woman that is quote unquote 2 levels beneath him. So if he's making $1 million, he's probably going to go with a woman that is making less than $1 million, 2 levels beneath him. Why? Because he wants to impress on her. Generally, a woman that is on the same level will not be impressed by the things that he can do with or to her, or for her rather, because she can do the same for herself. But for a younger or less financially able person, like he is, he will be able to impress on her, take her, in a Range Rover, show the dashboard, whatever, take her on, trips, and it will impress on her, right? Because he's richer than she is, and she would probably feel like, oh, shoot, I caught a good one. I caught a rich one. And that would create a power dynamics in the relationship, because he can do what she cannot do, in some cases maybe for herself, or even not because she doesn't have the means, but Should she be doing it for herself? If she does it for herself, will she be bankrupt after that? Imagine a guy that would send you a private jet or send you to go and take a first class flight to come and meet him in Dubai to spend like a weekend and send you back home. In comparison to a girl that is making 100K, you're not going to spend 5K or whatever to fly business class to Dubai for a weekend on your salary of 120K a year. You're not. You're going to have other priorities that is going to take. You may do it, absolutely, but you're not going to. That's not going to be your first choice because you have other priorities. But someone that's making more money than you would probably be uh, a bit more, able to do such. Now, guys on Instagram, you're probably wondering what's going on. Why am I looking straight? Because I'm broadcasting on YouTube. I was broadcasting on here as well, but I had issues technically. Join me on YouTube to get the full experience. I put the information at the bottom. All right, so let me just say this. I'm going to read some comments actually. This is the one. This is the one particular one I wanted to read the comments. All right, someone says women should understand that a man who has money will always go for a much more younger woman with less power. We are going to just do a game. If you agree to a comment I say, just say agree. If you don't agree, just say I disagree. Put it in the comment section. I'm going to read it twice. We're just going to go off like that. Okay, so I'm going to read this one again. This comment says, women should understand that a man who has money will always go for a much younger woman with less power. Agree or disagree? And I know there may be some gray areas, but for the context of this video, just please just say agree or disagree. Someone says older women with money become men. But it says older, I'm going to read it again. Older women with money become men. Okay. Agree or disagree? Somebody then said, the money and status a man acquires. The more money and status a man acquires, the more his dating options expand. On the other hand, the more money and status a woman acquires, the smaller her dating options become. Please, again, just say agree or disagree when I read the comments. Again, someone says the more money and status a man acquires, the more his dating options expand. And on the other hand, the more money and status a woman acquires, the smaller her dating options become. Someone says facts. Men always claim it's never about her money and her accomplishments when in fact it actually is. Do you agree with that statement? Men always claim it's never about her money and her accomplishments when in fact it actually is. Someone says, I will take money any day. I will take money any day. Please, we're playing the game right now. If you hear a comment that I read and you agree with it, just say yes, I agree. If you disagree, just say disagree. I'm going to keep on reading the comments. I'm going to go as many as I can before, just keep on saying agree, disagree. All right. Someone, I see a few disagree. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay. So Simply L is actively disagreeing with a few of the comments. So we keep going. The next person says, women are attracted to experience. Men are attracted to inexperience. My God. People on internet there. Women are attracted to experience. Men are attracted to inexperience. Simply L says money over men. Okay. Okay. So I want to say the long and short of this talk is more is the most important wait. The long and short of this talk is more is the most important factor in dating or relationship and marriage. In all you're getting, get plenty of it. In all you're getting, get plenty of it. I like that. Let me continue. Someone says, this thing is appreciation. If you can appreciate things that a man does like it's your first time, then it wouldn't matter how old you are. I like that statement. I really do like that statement. This person says this is all about appreciation. If you can appreciate things that a man does like it's your first time, then it won't matter how old you are. Um Again, we're playing a game of agree or disagree. And if you want the full experience, go join me on YouTube. Somebody says this: the sad thing, even when she dates down, the man still wants to overpower her. So dating down in this case is a woman is making more money than a man, or they're not the same status, and the woman decides to date the man that is of a less financial status than she is. This person is saying that even in those situations, the man still wants to overpower her. Agree or disagree? All right, I'm just going. Let me find. Let's see. Let me just go a bit more. Okay. Someone says it's not about power dynamics, miss. It's about her being able to be submissive. We don't care about your money. When will ladies learn? So this person is saying it's not about the power dynamics that the money would create or the financial status would create. It's just simply about, are you able to be submissive? Agree or disagree? Someone says to break it down, women with such caliber are less feminine, lack tenderness and respect, mostly can't cook, argumentative, unagreeable, more trauma and trust issues. This one sounds like a Kevin Samuels follower. Is respond, yeah, agree or disagree. Younger, so it says to break it down, women with such caliber are less feminine, lack tenderness and respect, mostly can't cook, argumentative, unagreeable, more trauma and trust issues. Agree or disagree? And then this, I'm going to write two more. I'm going to just read two more and I'll be done. Younger women are more beautiful and fertile. Men who have options want that. How a woman looks physically is very important to men. We don't care about your money. Agree or disagree? I'm going to read that one more time. Younger women are more beautiful and fertile. Men who have options want that. How a woman looks physically is very important to men. Men don't care about your money. Agree or disagree? Let's see. I'm going to read two more. I'm sorry, two more. Two more. Someone says, let's just put it as it is. It's first age. Number one, 21-year-old millionaire women and 30-year-old millionaire women. So 21 and 30-year-old millionaire women. 99% of men would go for the younger women. Well, let me read that again. Let's just put it as it is. It's first age. Number one, 21-year-old millionaire woman and 30-year-old millionaire woman, 99% of men will go for the younger women. So if you have a 21-year-old and a 30-year-old, both with that have making $1 million, men will go for the younger one. That's what this person is saying. Femininity, number two, femininity. Number three, less kids women have would be better. Number four, uh, um, respectful or respectful. And then number five, accountability. Okay. Even I don't agree with that bullshit, but okay. This is the last comment um I want to read. And where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it anymore. And I'm not gonna I'm not going to I'm not gonna dwell. Look at that. Younger men also look better and have better sperm quality. I mean, that is so true. It is true. It is true. It is true. My thoughts. God, men. Let me start by saying this. Just because we like something, it doesn't mean it has to be bad. It doesn't have to be detrimental to the other. Like, it doesn't have to be. I won't lie. I know men. I won't. This is just reality. My experience as a man, having you know, engaged with other men, men generally like younger women. That is true. It doesn't mean that if when the woman is now over a certain age or is not younger, whatever you want to consider younger, that she's now trash. And that is the unfortunate thing that a lot of the people in the comment section are alluding to. It almost seems like once that woman is older, once a woman is older, she's useless. It's no, just because we like them, we like the women or when they are younger, doesn't mean that women don't like men that are younger. It doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean that that person is going to remain young forever. That person is going to go older. So are you telling me that every time that woman gets older, you're going to recycle her and find another younger woman? Like, come on. Is that the yardstick for dating someone? Once the person is younger, that's it. Is younger, then once he passes this age, then you look for another younger. No, that's not that. Just because we like it doesn't mean the other part of that we don't like is trash or is bad. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't understand why a lot of men still kind of like to dwell on this rhetoric. It's not a lie that men like younger women. It's not a lie for whatever reason it is, for whatever reasons they may have. Fertile, clinical, this one, that, whatever you want to call it. Yes, but the older women are equally as good in their own way. Would you now say that you will find a woman that is 34, 35 and has everything going for her, and the only reason why you would not date her or even start a viable family or relationship or marriage or whatever with her is because she's 35? Now, don't get me wrong. You may say, oh, at 35, our eggs they're already half or maybe down to me like 10. And so you may say all that stuff. But the reality of it is this. You can go and date a girl that is 21 with all the eggs still available, and she might give you more misery than the one that is 35. You are not. How are you judging people just based on age? It's not enough, and it's just unfortunate that so many people in the comment section that I've read and I've shared with you guys are unable to see past that. I get it. Men, we don't. So I personally, I was okay. So there's a comment that said that men don't generally care about um the money. They don't generally care about a woman's money. Eh, To some extent, I care about your money. Please, I care about your money because it tells me two things. It tells me that you can hustle. So we're not going to be doing this, but I'm not going to be doing this all by myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. Okay, let me start by this putting some context. I'm not the 50-50 guy. I'm not. I'm not the 50-50 guy. I'm in a partnership. There's a difference. There's a difference. I'm in a partnership with my significant other. So 50-50 when it comes to financials, I think is a miss is not enough. Just like when you say 50-50, it's not enough because we're not necessarily talking about 50-50. What you're trying to describe is a partnership. So let me explain what I'm saying. So I'm making 100K, my girlfriend is making 80K. Let's just put it that way. We're not going to do 50-50 because I'm making more money, right? Because if I put 50 of mine and she puts hers, I'm putting 50, she's putting 40. That's not 50-50. That's not 50-50. What should be considered rather than 50-50 is a partnership. Our bills comprises of 60K a year. This is how much our bills are, 60K a year. Babes, how much can you put down? In my relationship, I know for a fact that if I'm making more than my significant other and we have a pool of 30K to spend, I should put more. It's just I'm making more. And if she was making more, she should put more. But again, it's a partnership. It's not about, oh, I bring 50, you bring 50. Or it should also be that we have a bill of 30K to pay. Yeah, this is me. We have a bill of a year, 30K. Our bill is 30K a year to pay. If we go 50, 15, 15 in that bucket, whatever is left is yours, whatever is left is mine. Right? That's a partnership. You see what I'm saying? Like that is the matured viewpoint rather than, oh, I do this 50-50 or I'm the man, I pay for everything. I think that is, if we're in a partnership, then partnership should be based on an agreeable an agreeable term of conditions, right, in the relationship that is not detrimental to either party. Both of you understand what each one of you have and can bring, and you're in a partnership to make this unit work. Discuss it. Okay, babes, I make more money than you and our bills are more. I will handle majority of the bills. It is what it is. Babes, you're making more money than me. You handle majority of the bills. That's, and some women might not like that statement because it might be like, oh, if my husband is making more money than me, he should always pay more. Or if I'm making more money than my husband, still he should still pay more. Some women might say that. Well, okay, no problem. If that's what you guys decide in your partnership, that's fair, fine. But it should not be about 50-50 or there's no, it should be about partnership. How are you guys partnering together to deal with the bills? That's the mentality I have. That's the mentality I have. And I think when a lot of men start looking at it from that perspective, a lot of things would be evaluated from a point of equity, right? I don't think men and women are equal. I don't. That's my honest opinion, because and it's not just in a general statement that, oh, all men are not equal to women, all women are not. No, there are things within in the relationship that you guys are not equal on. She may be better at this and you're shit at it. You guys are not equal. I, as a man, I might be stronger, broad shoulders, big arms, big chest. I might be stronger, physical, more um physical, to do the physical stuff, but she may be more intelligent with setting up the table. You may get a manual of the table, but I think because I'm the man, I must fix it. I must set it up. When your woman is more smart, she can look at the manual of the thing that you guys need to fix and figure it out. and you are still doing, I'm the man, I'm the man. My guy, sit down. That's not mature at all. If you want, if you take me, or this is what I think. If you go into a relationship from the point of partnership, where each you guys are, there's an equitable stance for the both of you, I swear you guys would realize that things would make so much sense. Now, do I think the man should lead a relationship? Absolutely. That's just me. That's 100%. I think the man should be the leader. But because you're a leader, doesn't mean you are a dictator. Doesn't mean you are the God or the Lord and master of that relationship. No. Again, you're the leader of a partnership. The partnership involves you, the two of you, excluding your family, excluding everything. That partnership is going to produce beneficiaries of the partnerships, which are going to include your children and your children's children. But the person that is the lead in that partnership is the man. That is how me I walk. That's how me I think. And that man needs to equip himself with the right tools and mentality to be able to lead a partnership where people's lives are people are looking up to you. I won't say their lives are in your hands, but the decision you make will affect not just you, but the other people. And I think that is actually more is even scarier of a prospect to think as a man, because if you sit down as a man and you be like, I need to make sure my family is good, I need to make sure that I'm making decisions that's not going to be detrimental to this family or my girlfriend or my spouse, and you start thinking about, you would make some changes, some decisions, and you take some steps to make sure that you're not making bad decisions as a man. You won't be focused on, hey, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Whatever I say in this house goes. Whatever I say is in that. You won't focus on that. You focus on making that other person that is in a partnership with you understand that, okay, this is why we should not do this and this. Because it's XY, this is what's going to happen, or that's coming from that. I believe man leads, woman helps. I didn't say follow. The woman helps. The woman helps. And someone that is a helper is more equipped, in my opinion, is more equipped than the person that is being helped. You won't call a plumber to come and help you fix your bathroom if you knew how to do it yourself. You don't have the tools, so you call a plumber, and the plumber comes to fix it. Guess what? The plumber is more equipped than you are. When you marry a woman, and when you find a woman and you put her in the house, or you decide that you want to marry her, you're looking at the woman as a helper, or at least you should, that is going to join you in a partnership to make sure that you guys can build a unit together. She's more equipped than you are. So you look for those things. So when women start saying that there's power dynamics, and don't get me wrong, money does bring power. Let me actually stretch my legs. My legs are killing me under this chair. When money does bring power dynamics, let's be frank. Yes, I've seen. I'm going to come to that. So someone says, so then explain why the one who is more equipped isn't the leader. I'll get to that. Based on my small knowledge here, I'll get to that. When money is in the picture, there's always power dynamics. It's just what it is. I always say this: make money first. Man and woman, make money first. Everything will follow. Make money first. How you say, follow God, give your life to Christ, or follow God, believe in God. Everything else will be added onto you. Everything that needs to be added onto you will start with money, because that money is going to help you a lot. Let's be frank. So I believe that yes, money can create the power dynamics. However, if the mentality of the two people in the partnership has nothing to do with the money that either one of them brings, there will be no power dynamics other than there is a leader in the family and then there's someone that is the helper. That's it. Now, let me respond to this question. The question says, so then explain why the one who is more equipped isn't the leader. Well, the way I was brought up, I can't give you a good reason other than religion, other than what I believe from religion, that the man, let's go into the Bible bit, and I'll just use the Bible bit, and then I'll try to come out of it. So in the Bible, Adam was created first, and Adam was given, first thing God gave Adam was um job to do. Gave him a purpose in life. Said, oh yeah, your first your purpose for being on this earth is XYZ. And to do that, to fulfill that purpose, you're going to start with a job. Your job, imagine how many days and hours it took Adam to name all the animals on the earth, because that was the job God gave him. So every day, every morning, he's waking up. This one is goat. That one we're going to call it dog. That one we'll call it antelope. That one we'll call it giraffe. That one we'll call it hippopotamus. And he kept on doing that until he named all the animals in the world. That is a long time. But in all that time, God then saw that the man was alone. He wasn't lonely because he had a lot of animals to be with, but he was alone. Guys, if you're watching on Instagram and you want to get the full experience, you can join me on YouTube. I've put the information here. But we're talking about this whole power dynamics in relationship, how money affects, and how men, the preferences of some men picking younger women or picking women with less status, and what we think about it. So that's where we are right now. So when God then saw that man was alone, he said, okay, fine. I'm going to create him a helper. He didn't say I'm going to create him a servant. I'm going to create him a helper. The person that's supposed to help him, the person that is more equipped than he is, that knows a bit more about these things than he is, that's maybe obviously Eve can birth life, right? He can't. If he's going to reproduce and multiply the earth, he can't do it by himself. He needs a helper. He has to mate with a woman that can carry and birth life. And that's where we're talking about equipped. So my point of view has always been that the man, especially the man that wants to lead a family and wants to do it in a partnership with another woman, doesn't seeks out the woman, right? The man doesn't sit back and wait for the woman to find him. The man seeks out the woman. You go and find the woman, shoot your shot. Find the woman, toast her, whatever, date her, meet her family, meet her parents, and then bring her into so she's accepted to your vision. She knows the kind of person you are. She knows the kind of person, she knows your temperament. She knows your character, your personality, your do's and don'ts, your likes and wants. She knows all those things, and she believes that you've approached and selected her as the helper to him, given that you have all of these things, all these qualities. So I believe that person, the man, should be the leader in the household. And the person that is in that partnership with him, not that the person is less to the man or subservient or whatever to the man, but that person is his partner and his helper. But that person is more equipped. I always believe that women are more equipped than the man. I'm not saying that means that the person she's more intelligent or she's better or she's just more equipped. Case in point, she can carry life and birth life. The man cannot. He doesn't have the hormones nor the body parts to do so. He's not equipped to bring a child to life. It's just what it is. So my perspective has always been the man is the leader, especially a man that understands what he wants and the partnership he needs to have to get the things deliver birth, whatever he's looking for. And the woman is the helper, not the servant, the helper. Now, the question that I always think around, and I don't know if I answered your question properly, but I hope I did. The question I always think around is, what about the visions and the aspirations of the woman? Guess what? A smart man, a very smart man, will prioritize in that partnership the visions of the two of them. As a matter of fact, their visions should kind of align. or should kind of complement each other. But that's what I think. I think if I'm going to find a woman right now and I'm going to date that woman and I'm going to say I'm going to marry that woman, I should have checked the boxes to say, I have a vision and this person can help me achieve that vision. That's just what it is. The person is more equipped. She has the intellect, the brain, the whatever, or whatever, right? To help me achieve that stuff. But also, I see that she has things that she wants to do or that she wants to achieve. I should be able to partner with her to also achieve those things, because those things that she has or wants to do or whatever probably aligns with our partnership goals or our vision for our lives. I mean, how bad is it if you as a man your dreams come true and the woman also her dreams come true? Well, how bad is it? It's not bad. It is what it is. So personally, I just think, um, simply L. I hope I responded to your question properly, or at least if you don't agree, you can let me know what you don't agree with, or if you agree, you can share your thoughts as well. But I think personally, um, when when a man is not focused on the age or the status or the kidney, or you're more focused on, is this person someone I can build a partnership with, right? And you evaluate those things, you are better off than, I don't want to use a general statement, but you're better off than a lot of men out here, because a lot of men are falling into that whole misconception of age equals more beautiful or more pleasant or more desirable. Yes, to the eyes, but when you get to know the person, is the person more desirable? Does the person have the kind of person? Does the person is the person even equipped to further your vision? Do you even know, as a man, do you even know what your own visions are, what your own life goals are? Are you just out here just saying, I want to be passport bros, go meet some chicks and whatever, and make, are you just focused? Or are you like, okay, no, I have a vision, I have some goals in life, and I see that this woman can help me achieve them. So I'm going to get to know her more. I'm going to start a partnership with her. XYZ, XYZ. All right. I don't know if if you agree with someone, I don't know if I've confused, made some of you understand better or not understand. I don't know. But these are just my own thoughts. And that's why it's called Boladis Rant. And I hope that you will also share your thoughts in the comment section. So I'm going to publish this video on Instagram, on YouTube. Those of you on Instagram that are watching, unfortunately, I couldn't broadcast properly because we had an hour into the video, we had an issue. But don't worry. You can catch up and watch the rest of it on YouTube later. Okay. So I hope I've, Simply L, actually, I'd like to hear from you. Let's see. Simply L, this is you. Yeah. I've not seen your question. So it's like Leo DiCaprio. Okay, yeah. So I really like to hear your thoughts, guys. Before and this is going to be one of many rants I'm going to try to do. I'm about to get into my very busy season as an MC. An MC is a master of ceremony. So often get a lot of gigs, traveling, going wedding here, whatever. But I want to try to keep this cadence of having a rant once a week, maybe on Sundays, maybe on Saturdays. But I want to try and keep this cadence because I think there's a lot of things to talk about that sometimes we don't get enough time, or sometimes we're afraid to talk about it because of how other people would think or would say about us. For instance, this Donald Trump stuff. I personally did not vote for Donald Trump. But I also personally know a lot of people that voted for Donald Trump. Now, would I, because I don't like the fact that they voted for Donald Trump, not relate with them or look at them differently? No. I think everybody has their own choice of who they vote for. But don't get me wrong, it tells me a lot about who they are. Now, and what they consider good, bad, okay, or acceptable, whatever, right? So I know some people. I'll give you an example. I know someone who voted for Donald Trump, who is a black guy, Nigerian, voted for Donald Trump off of the basis of his policies from before, from when he ran the first term, and the business value it gave to him as a businessman. No hard feelings. Donald Trump made me money. His policies were there. I made money. I was established. Some loopholes were some bottlenecks were removed as a result of policies. So hey, why not? I'll vote for the guy again. Yeah, he's bad. Or they're all bad. Whatever. So this is his thought process. Now I'm not sure if I talk to him again now, he may have a different mindset. But I don't know. But this was his mind, and I respected that. That's what but that tells me a lot about his personality. You voted for someone because of the benefits to you. Doesn't mean I'm going to hate you now, which is a problem we have in America. Just because someone doesn't vote the way you vote, you find people will say, I cannot even I can't even talk to you anymore. I can't even be friends with you anymore. I think it's sometimes they're taking things to an extreme. I think what you should pick from such action of voting for, like, say, Donald Trump, is what is important. What do I think from knowing this person? What do I think is important to this person? How am I judging, quote unquote, this person's character based on the action he took? Because the person voted for Donald Trump as a black person doesn't mean, or as a Hispanic, doesn't mean they are bad. Now, of course, I've laughed at those Hispanics and Latinos or even black people that voted for the Donald Trump and then they got deported. I've laughed at them because you didn't obviously know what you were voting for. You thought you were either following the one way, or you were following you're trying to be pro whatever, and then you voted for this guy. So that tells me a lot about you, that you don't do your research before you vote the way you vote. But if you voted for Donald Trump and you got deported and you said, yes, I knew I was going to get deported, but I still voted for him. Oh, kudos to you. Kudos to you. That's fine. But I'm not going to now hate you for that. Or I might laugh at you. Yeah. If he bites you in the butt, I might laugh at you. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not going to now, you might lose a bit of credibility because now I'm looking at you from my own lens now, which doesn't mean my lens is correct. But I'm looking at you like, okay, this is how you think. And I think that's how we should relate with each other. And this platform is built on such premise that people should not be scared to have conversation, as long as they're doing it respectfully. So in the future, I'll probably bring a panel of people to discuss who they voted for and why they voted for that person. Because I know people, trust me, I know quite a bit of people that voted for Donald Trump. And some of them they just voted Donald Trump because some guys. There's one particular one. This one, yes, I had to pull away because his reasoning for Donald Trump worried me. He voted for Donald Trump because he doesn't believe a woman should be president. Sorry, guys, my Instagram is active. I think Instagram doesn't allow me to do more than an hour. Okay, someone says, if you gain more insight on that person's character, let me put this question up. Okay. So simply L. Let me. Since you're my most active commenter, let me go back to some of your comments so I could respond. So you said earlier, what they prioritize, except that there are hard feelings. I disagree. If you gain more insight on the person's character, is that person's character? If you get more insight, do you want that character in your life? Okay. Um, I'll say it this way. It depends. What I'm trying to avoid, this is me speaking, and I'm speaking respectfully here, and what I'm trying to avoid from that a lot of people should from doing is blacklisting people just by the virtue of them saying I voted for Donald Trump. I've seen this happen already. Um, I voted for Donald Trump. Oh, I never don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't think you should be. I don't think I could be in a relationship with you or have a partnership with you. Or I think that's wrong. I think it should at the very least start off with a conversation as to why. Can you annotate your reasons why you voted for this man? Now, that is now when you tell me your reasons, and I see that the things you are saying out of your mouth are against the kind of person I am or the kind of person I want to associate myself with, then yes, pull out. I'm going to, yes. And it would obviously stem from you voted for Donald Trump. But it would not just be because you voted for Donald Trump. It's going to be because of the reasons why you voted for Donald Trump. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and I'm trying to respond to you simply, L. I think if somebody said to me, like the guy that said voted for Donald Trump for business, it made sense to me. It made sense. You voted for Donald Trump because he doesn't care about um the the black women coming out to say he did this, he did that. He doesn't care about all of those things because even Clinton had a whole mistress in the White House. Are we going to blacklist him now and say he was useless? You had other presidents that did way worse things while being president. Now this is the man that's about to become president. This allegations. So he did not consider any of those as. He just considers those are the woes of a man that there are people are putting as limelight or whatever. However, his policies and the things he achieved in the first term by way of policy tells him that this second term, if he does the same thing in the first term, he's going to be one of the few people that's going to benefit from that. Now, if that same guy said to me, well, I don't care about Kamala Harris. I don't care about Kamala Harris, sorry. I don't care about a woman being president. I don't think a woman should be president of this country. I think women are weak. If that person said, no, Donald Trump, yes, he's older, but he would do a better job than a woman. If he said those kind of things, now I know his reasoning is not about beneficial to business. I know his reasons are, based on some misogyny. And that kind of person I don't want to interact. I don't want to be part of. I would, hey, friends, I'm not going to blacklist you, but I now know your character. I now know the kind of how you think and the kind of person you are. Because, like it or not, during that whole campaign of Donald Trump, the way people were going about the whole Donald Trump, and Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, it really exposed the inner thoughts and character of some people. And the unfortunate thing is that some people could not even they thought they were hiding it, right? But they couldn't hide it. You see. So I said something one time. I don't know who I was talking to, and I said, if Hillary Clinton could not be president, and this is Hillary that was a very loved senator. She was part of the people that brought down Nixon. She was part of the lawyers that brought down Nixon. She was the wife to a very loved president. She also achieved a lot of things as Obama's what was she, Secretary of State or whatever, and also in her time as Madam as a First Lady, she and Senator, she developed a lot of strong foreign relationships. I mean, she was the perfect candidate. But unfortunately, in America, and by way of by as we saw, because she was a woman, she was not qualified enough. That is sad. Sad. Beyond sad. And if somebody said to me that they did not vote for Hillary because she's a woman, I will back, because that mentality, right, that you're reasoning is you're not consider you just because she's a woman, you didn't vote for her. That is sad. So I was saying to someone that if Hillary could not win the presidency, and this is a woman that had everything strong, she had a full campaign the first time against Obama, campaign again, um, as against Donald Trump, and she couldn't win the presidency. I don't think Kamala Harris has a chance, being that A, she's black, B, she's a woman. She had only 3 months to campaign, and she was, but from a lot of people's perspective, a weak choice as vice president to Biden. Now, knowing this, if somebody now said to me, "Oh, I didn't vote for Kamala Harris because I felt like she was, she's a woman, and that I'm going to back off from that person, because that kind of mentality, I don't want that. But I cannot blacklist everybody that says they voted for Trump, because I don't know why you voted for Trump. I want to, so maybe I can back away from you. But I'm not just going to, oh, you voted for Trump, I don't want to talk to you, or I don't want to do anything with you. And I think a lot of people are seeing that. And that's why people cannot have conversations about why they voted for Trump, because they feel like when they say it like this, oh, you're an African man and you voted for Trump, hey, you are a Hispanic and you voted for Trump, or you're a woman. How you're a woman, you voted for Trump. I understand that it's sad, right? But I don't think we should just blacklist people just like that. If you can, find the other reasons. It does tell you a lot, but that's just your perception. But if you don't really know the reasons, you can't really. I saw a woman speak yesterday on one of those shows. I think it was Bill Maher's show or something like that on CNN, and she broke down the reasons why she voted for Trump and what she believes he's doing right now. If you listen to that, without any bias or in neutrality, you would really be like, okay, yeah. You would nod your head. If you don't know what I like, some of the things I know, you'd be like, okay, she's making sense. But she's making sense, but she was making sense, but she was omitting a lot of things. She was talking about Israel and Palestine and how Trump was going to intervene. Okay, someone Simply Elegant says, I guess as a XX, there's no reason. Hold on. I guess as a XX, there's no reason that's okay for someone to vote against my interest. I don't matter the why. It doesn't matter the why, when at the end of the day they voted against me and people like me, especially with dating. Okay. I guess as XX, there's no reason that's okay for someone to vote against my interest. It doesn't matter the why, when at the end of the day they voted against me and people like me, especially with dating. Okay. So the result of this, simply again, the result of this year's election was too consequential for me to overlook the fact that bigotry, racism, misogyny, homophobia isn't where you draw the line simply because you benefit from it. I agree. But what I'm saying is, you only know this You only know that the person benefits from it because you found out why they voted, right? I mean, I understand. And again, this platform, I'm hoping that by God's grace, this platform will be such a platform that it doesn't matter what you are or who you are, you can speak your truth respectfully and people can hear you out. This is what I started the whole Bolade's rant on many, many years ago. Yeah, but if somebody, it's just like how even Trump supporters, some of them don't want to even hear the truth, right? Because they blacklisted everybody else. If you didn't vote the way I voted, I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. I don't care and I think that's wrong. I honestly think that's wrong. I think, yes, misogyny, bigotry, racism, homophobia. So you see, I'm going to say this very carefully. You see, those things that simply you listed, misogyny, homophobia, bigotry, all of that thing, the people that voted, that didn't vote the way you voted, right? Are you automatically suggesting that they knew or they know that there's homophobia, there's racism, there's bigotry, there's misogyny, and they still went ahead? Because that is an absolute statement you're making there. That, again, I'm trying to phrase my question better. The person that voted for Donald Trump, if you're saying that the person voted for Donald Trump must have been misogynistic, must have ignored racism, must have ignored bigotry, must have ignored homophobia. Yeah, those are the four things you mentioned. And then still went to vote for Donald Trump. It must mean that you're saying that all these things were displayed and this person still ignored that. But that person, if you ask that person will tell you otherwise, that no, they don't see bigotry, they don't see the misogyny, they don't see the racism, they don't see the homophobia. They saw XYZ and that's why they voted. And that is okay. That is where a healthy conversation can be had. That's my point. So because you feel a certain type of way that, and you believe anybody that voted that way or voted against that way must have ignored XYZ, it doesn't necessarily mean that's an absolute truth. Don't get me wrong. I'm on the same side. I saw the racism. I saw the bigotry. I saw the misogyny. I saw all of those things. However, I don't think it's enough to, just because somebody took on this action, you blacklist them. That's my point. And if we don't blacklist them, let's open them to conversation. Sit down. Let's talk. Why did you vote for Trump? Did you not see that he was bigotry here? Did you not see the racism here? Let's talk. That's my point. Anyways. All right. I think that's about it. Okay, so no more comments here. Okay. Hey guys, this was fun. I didn't plan to go 2 hours. Honestly, I didn't even plan to talk about this Trump thing, but I put that on because I want people to know that I would, on this platform, be open to have conversations with anybody as long as they can talk about their reasoning respectfully. So even the guys, the alpha males and the passport bros or whatever, if they come and if I can get one or two of them that want to sit down and have a conversation with me, I don't agree with their thought process. They probably don't agree with mine. Let's talk about it respectfully. Let's break it down. Why do you think XYZ are women? Why do you think XYZ are men or whatever? Sit down, let's discuss it. Have an open conversation. I don't have to agree with it. Neither do you. But an open conversation will be had. And I don't have to blacklist you as well. I might not like your thoughts. I might not like but I don't have to blacklist you. That's my point. All right, guys. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate this. It's been awesome. Please, if you're not following my channel on YouTube, please go follow it. Boladeola Ojo. And yeah, see you on hopefully next Sunday. Next Sunday, we'll try to do it again. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to post a notice that I'll be doing my rant again. Thank you guys. Have a fabulous one. Good night.